a quick pot hanger. Been selected bits of hazel. Okay, try and take as few as you can. So I've already started on one part. Okay, I've got a Y stick, and when I cut this, I cut it with the saw. I cut it at an angle, so I've already got a point on the end, but I've then taken my knife and just put it into a bit more of a point. Okay, got a Y at the top. It's best to have a straight Y so that you can hammer it into the ground and it won't split. Okay, and I've just taken off the edges at the top there, making it a bit safer, a bit nicer. Okay, and that'll stamp straight in the ground, like so. What I've also got is another piece which I'm going to use as, I think this is going to be the peg at the bottom, so I'm going to cut that up now. So we have a forehand grip, nice and firm. Just going to turn this into a peg. I'm going to take off a bit here, and then I'm going to go right down to the bottom here. We're going to take off all these shoots. Firm grip, bit of reinforce if we need to. Use the tool for the job as well. Okay, so it's a bit long, although what I could do is take some bits off around here. Just keep going round. Snap that off. Ditch that bit. Okay, and then we're just going to tidy this up. In fact, we're going to turn that into a point, so firm grip. Okay, hand down by the side. I'm going to go firm all the way down. Just a few wiggles. Nice in control of that knife as well. Okay, I don't need to go around into a fine point. Okay, that would do it. Let's tidy it up a little bit. Let's strip the bark off the top. Okay, because if it's too sharp, it's just going to snap when you bash it into the ground. Okay, so a nice point on the end there. Okay, the top here, I'm going to use my saw. So just going to cut this with the saw. Okay, so we cut that, got our peg. Okay, next we're going to go for the pot hanger itself. So we've got this one here for the pot hanger. This bit's going to be the hang, so I'm going to put the hook on the end here. One for cut, tidy that up a little bit. Take off all the offshoots there. Tidy the bottom up a little bit. Okay, then what I want to do is I want to put some duck beak notches in there. Okay, so that I can hang it, adjustable pot hanger. Okay, so if I start one right down here, so we're going to put an X on one side, on the other. Okay, so I've got an X just there. And then I'm going to take 3 sections apart from the top one. So gently, I'm going to cut them out. Okay. So you can keep going and make this really neat, or just to do the job. Okay, so we've got one notch in there, a duck beak notch just in there. So that's just going to hang when it's got a tin or a can on there. I can go and move up and do another 3. I'm just going to do another one up high so we can hang this when we're done. Okay, another X in here. Make sure you get it the right way around when you take the 3 out. You often make a mistake taking all 3 out apart from that one. It hangs upside down. Not going to work. So, I'm going to gently take out the bottom 3. bit of more of a stop cut in there, so that's a stop cut, and then gently up to that notch, that duck beak notch. Okay, there's another one in there. Okay, we can do as many as we want up there. Okay, so that's our pot hanger, and then we need the long pot hanger itself, okay, which is going to hang everything onto. So forehand grip, again, strong forehand cuts, get all the bits off that we don't want on there. There we go. And we're going to take this one off. Take these off. Okay, you see I'm supporting it under my arm here, so I can do all the work here without it wobbling around too much. Twist it around, take them off, there and there. Okay, so that is our pot hanger support stick there. So at the top here, where we're going to hang our pot, so when I stand this up, we see which way it rolls, it hangs for the balance. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my knife and I'm going to just chip away here and taking this down. I want to flatten this out a little bit, like a chiseled end. Just chisel it a little bit. Put it under my arm again, and I can come right up close, be in control of that knife at all times. But once I'm happy with that chiseled top, I'm just going to take a little bit from underneath off. Okay, you see there we've got a nice chiseled top. Okay, I'm going to turn it over and take off a little bit from the bottom here. Not a lot, just to get that nice chiseled look to it. There we go, nice chiseled end. And then what I'm going to do, right on the top here, I'm going to take my knife and just put a little indentation right towards the end there. Very careful when you do this. Just a little indentation, there we go. And that's hopefully our pot hanger, our duck beak is going to hook into there. So, right, placing it all together then. So, we've got our main Y support, stick that in the ground, could stick that in better. And then we've got our stick here. It's often called a Worgen stick as well. Okay, it was believed that when the whoever used to make these would build this, have their fire, have this over the fire, and then when they would disperse, when they put their fire out, they would take this and they would discard it north, all these pieces north, south, east and west, and that's to stop the evil spirits hunting them down, the Worgen spirit. So we've got our peg here. I'm just going to pop that in the end, stop it from disappearing. Okay, and then we have our duck beak into that little indentation there, and then if I had a pot, I can then hang that pot on there, and then that is going to over the fire. We can move this along as much as we want. Move that along. We can bash this down into the ground a little bit more as well, get it closer to the fire, and there we go, our pot hanger or our Worgen stick.